However, this is still an opportunity for them to get a win under their belt, have a little bit of happiness in this group. For Isurus, on the other hand, this is an opportunity for them to make their mark by beating such a heralded organization like compLexity. So it's a big matchup. Obviously, neither of these teams can go to France, but still a lot on the line for both of them.
Yeah, it's that respect. So hopefully some of these players from Isurus can make a statement. Here's Noxie. He's holding this little cubby. He's trying to play up a crossfire with 1962, but right now compLexity have just strong-armed Ramp Room. In fact, they probably cooped more kills than they really anticipated, so they have double initiative here. They actually decide to back off of Ramp Room, go towards the A site one more time, and we know Myron can be a threat. Right now, being able to pick off that kill against Def, that's going to at least earn some chance here for Isurus. A 2v3 still playing from behind at this point. The bomb will be planted for phase 2.
Yeah, unfortunately though, these Isurus players in just too hard of a predicament in this moment to actually retake this site, with Reversive down to 4 HP as Myron does get taken down. It will be sick onto Reversive to give compLexity their first round, and a nice little pistol round coming out from compLexity. They create that ramp presence very early, get the rotations to move out of their positions. Actually, even one of the Isurus members, the floor player, moving down into the vents and then having to come back up, gets him caught as well. So compLexity, a nice strat to get them on the board. However, for Isurus, they're going to be forcing right back into this, and on a map like Nuke, these pistols can do a lot of damage.
Yeah. I always reference it back. If there's ever a round where pistols can do damage, I think back to your days on Ronin when you guys went full vanilla and you would consistently do damage and even win rounds in the second round with just USPs. So Isurus on the force buy. They've got head armor for everybody except for Noxie. He will invest his money into the scout. Flashbangs have been thrown. compLexity really want to round this corner tight and take this fight. Ooh. Outside. They've lost their first. Maybe that backs them up. Now Sick is just going to swing out and take a fight directly to Noxie and Myron, and he knows that there's a player above. However, 1962 has traded his position. He's gone down into the locker rooms for 2.
And he's going to keep on going. However, Shazam positioned in a great spot here, able to take down 1962. Does get tagged by Max's scout now. That's going to put Shazam on a little bit more of a passive approach towards this round.
Yeah, 2v2. Isurus, their force buy is looking pretty strong right now. They've got compLexity down to 2 players and 2 smokes for themselves, so maybe they can get for a comfortable plant. But right now, Isurus have split their defense. Max is down below. He's walking around the catwalk. Reversive is on the flank outside, so look to Reversive to have the most direct impact. Can he round this corner and catch players on their aggression? Oh, Shazam!
Great
recognizing
shot.
That there's a couple pixels out of place over there from where they came from. That'll leave Max all alone by himself, still down below, walking back up towards ramp.
Yeah, I can definitely see Max even going for the save in this position. Unfortunately, though, compLexity dropped both their players down onto that lower bomb site, so they actually have nobody up towards that CT heaven. This is going to allow Max to move up and maybe take down Shazam, who's already been tagged down to 30 HP.
Yeah, Max, high ground, looking downwards, spots him, sprays, but it was he was in that transition of shoulder peak, and on his way back to the left to take cover. That's when he recognized he had just spotted Shazam. So coming back into that, his brain's trying to multitask. Okay, I'm in the middle of re-peaking, which has become habit, and I'm trying to correct my own aim.
Exactly.
So there's a 2-0 start for compLexity. They're going to have an easier time here.
Started looking scary, though, for the compLexity side as Reversive began that outside flank on them. Shazam with some great awareness to watch his back, able to take down Reversive and basically ensure that they would have the opportunity to move towards either site there. But right now we will see a 4-man stack towards the outer area on this map. Max able to take down Sig, and Myron onto Death now. This is a great eco round coming out as Shazam gets taken down as well.
What is going on? Reversive now 1v2. He's got an AK. He's just picked it up, but Stanislaw from the top down will thread him. And yes, with just some pistols and going outside, they get in there, and I think it was Def. They may have had so many targets out in front, and it was so rich, target-rich environment, that you struggle to decide which target to prioritize. Here it's actually Shazam. He's spraying around looking for 1 or 2, but there's so many people out here, it's hard to deal with that. I think compLexity is actually quite fortunate that they had a lot of presence out here. They had 2 players, I think, that were up towards the top of the marshmallow. They had a handful of players that are out long to meet that up front. If they do only have like 2 players out there, they get overwhelmed, they lose 2 rifles.
All right, compLexity now looking for a wrap towards the mini area. We're actually going to have Myron in this big garage. Going to be traded out by Sick, but he does find one.
And Noxie is now coming back across this gray box. Players up in the Mustang positions, actually the opposing side of that. Here's Noxie. Actually has a field day with the first one falling in front of him from the rifles in there. It's going to be Shazam 1v3, and he swings out. Max will capitalize on that fact. It wouldn't have mattered even if he had managed a miraculous flick either to heaven or to the player against the wall. He was completely surrounded on a virtual three-peak. Luckily enough, though, to have a smoke behind him. Isurus have put their first up.
Yeah, compLexity opting for a very quick play there, moving towards the mini garage. They initially get the entries they need to move into the site, but it's just too much to handle once they move onto that floor. Isurus set up for a great hold there, and they pull it off. Only surviving, however, with 3 people. They would have to drop weapons. Their money hasn't built up to a great point, and we will see compLexity moving very quickly once again as they're going to get, I do believe, Def down into those vents to start the round.
Yeah, it wasn't the cleanest leap down into the vents, but he gets down there nonetheless. And he has been legged by the AWP of Noxie. Not an AWP position that you would usually anticipate. I think he was probably starting the round at ramp room, and then now that they had lost some vent control, decides to go down there to block that up in case there was an additional player or two that managed to get down there. So compLexity are on this bit of a buy. It's a force buy. They've got an AK managed to field, pistols, and a MAC-10. Smokes come in for the secret stairs push. Myron can hear it coming down, and he will pick off the first. I think Max as well was spraying out there. He managed to find one as well. So bonus frags for Isurus on the fortunate sprays.
Ooh, Ye gets a big kill onto Myron now to even this up at a 3v3. Shazam has made his way towards control alongside, I do believe, Sick there. It's in the lower area, but Noxie with that AWP, that's 2 legs that he's actually hit this round.
Yeah, that one went through the wall first, so Shazam's fortunate again. A lot of cards are to the favor of compLexity, just luck-wise for right now. Just for right now.
Ooh, Ye might be able to open this up, though, as he does flank into the ramp. Spots Noxie, takes him down. The final members, 1962 and Reversive, will actually be catching some action. Oh, 1962 moves down towards the vents just as compLexity is moving into mini.
Yeah, Isurus are actually going to split this, and Reversive is going to commit to the lower site as well. So they have actually fooled Isurus. The Molotov burning in 1962, he's probably surprised that Molotov trickled down into the vents. And bomb will be planted, so compLexity just dupe their opponents with that kill against Noxie down in the lower ramp side. Suddenly they overcommit, and now you've only got Reversive, last man standing at this point. As best as he can do is, I think, 1 exit frag, and more likely than not, just a clean save.
Yeah, compLexity, a nice little force buy out of them to actually pick up that round, initially sending Def down the vents to create a little bit of a disruption in the CT side. And then from that point, compLexity are just going to move most of their troops down towards that lower area while leaving Ye on the outer portion to just kind of lurk on that part of the map. He's able to take down Noxie, who is defending the lower bomb site, prompting the rotations to come out from Isurus towards lower, and compLexity are then going to call the audible, come up those secret stairs, get that plant down. That was a great Molotov towards the vent to actually keep 1962 from rotating up, and compLexity are going to move on to 4.
Yep, they've outmaneuvered their opponents. They've done this a couple times too, because if you think back to the pistol round where compLexity ran into ramp room through trophy room quickly, they picked up 3 kills and then pump faked that they were going to keep going down low, instead came right back up and went to the upper site anyways, which also fooled Isurus. So that actually ended up playing out relatively similarly, at least chronically. Isurus have been baited into 2 fakes.
Yeah. All right, and it does look like the CTs did take a tactical pause there just to kind of talk about how they want to approach this save round. Their money's very scattered. Max and Noxie sitting around that 2.5, 2.8K mark. Myron, 1962, have the opportunity to buy up. So what we will see come on the field are a couple pistols for the CT side. So compLexity here, if they play their cards right, should be moving on to their 5th round.
Yeah, should be. Sick right now is actually top of the board, 7-3, and this is before Shazam has even come online with an AWP for consistency. Still on an AUG right now, which has been pried out of the cold dead fingers of somebody from Isurus' side. compLexity running in. They've shown a grenade to pop open the squeaky door, but it's more of a fast push. This could hurt. 1962 has the first. Stanislaus laid low. Myron's got the cross, but they've lost both brackets of that side. Reverse's rifle comes in, but sprays, but cannot convert the remainder of the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th bullet out of the magazine, leaving Max alone. It can get expensive for compLexity here.
Def, is he going to be able to pick this one up as Max does take him down, turns it into a 1v2 scenario. The bomb will be planted. Sick on the defense, very close to this ramp right now. Is Max going to go for this, or is he going to save his weapon?
So Shazam is actually flip-flopping between the left and right. I'd like him to communicate. Sick is committed to the left side. Now that they've spotted Max on the right, there it is. So Shazam and Sick communicate, okay, you take one of these, I'll take the other.
Exactly.
Rather than double committing that point, because you know it's an eco round. But Isurus have actually found quite a bit of success. Their ecos are typically rush strategies, whether they're previously we've seen the outside rush, and now we get to see the other side.
Yeah, we saw the outside rush come out from them, and then we see the ram stack with some great rotations as well there. I mean, at the end of the day, Isurus not able to pick up the round, but like you said, having success doing economic damage over those rounds.
So previously we saw Reversive. He's the one that had the rifle in that last round.
Yeah.
He had this spray that was wildly out of control. I had actually seen that before as well in Myron, who was in the garage. He had an AUG. He was spraying wildly out of control too. So I feel like the nerves are actually still in a part of this for Isurus.
Okay, Noxie now taking down Ye to begin this round. Shazam just spamming into that mini. He's going to tag Myron at least once, and now Myron starts to get nervous. He's down to 37 HP, and compLexity are actually looking for the wrap towards under ladder here, where 1962 is patiently waiting.
We saw that same wallbang. We'll get to that point at the conclusion of this round. We've seen it before against the Renegades, too. 1962, he's going to park in here. Max will take the locker room. They'll look outside. They've lost the first, so you still have a defender out here, but he's actually out on a bit of a limb being in that locker room. It's Max. He's come back out, and he's overstepped. So as he comes outside there, they didn't realize that there were players already above him. He was looking towards that gray box to get that trade frag. 4-3 advantage right now for compLexity, and they want to strike to this upper site, having Sick and Stannis that are still up there. Reversive behind the silos, looking for his first. Is swapped out. Myron's at the ninja boxes. They should know this. Absolutely know it now. He takes this jump up over the top. His feet don't even hit the ground again. Noxie from beneath, fighting his way up. He's got a chance to win this round, but pushing the issue, trying to rush the issue, he dies in a heap.
Yeah, he really had no opportunity there. Being stuck in the vents with an AWP, he's got to fly out, especially because compLexity did have that upper control on the rafters. They just simply take the height advantage there, spray down into the vents. Noxie gets taken down, and here you're going to see it. He tries to fly up, but because Stanislaw is just so patient there, he's able to pick him up fairly easily.
So to I promised everybody I'd come back to that wallbang from compLexity. They did that as well, and it may have even been Shazam, but the last time it was done with a Deagle against the Renegades.
Yep.
I think they have a set smoke that just drops right there in front of Mini, and then they just wallbang and spot the corners, the two corners that you would usually hide at. That's unfortunate for Sick, though. He runs out of ammunition, and Max will embarrass him with a CZ at range. If Isurus can just continue to get frags, which it's starting to shape up like they can, they could just posture themselves. That's what it is. It's posturing right now to set themselves up for a quick round win, because if Isurus could just win one rifle round, they could probably win 2 in a row.
Yeah, it does look like Def has an inkling, firing off by that blue box onto Max there, not being able to connect on the kill. But still, one of the CT's positionings have been given away as Ye does take down Reversive. The mini split is starting to come to fruition. Oh,
unfortunate. Max just missed the jump up on top of the blue bend, so they've definitely heard him. But he styles up on top of the gray box. Okay, 1v3. Again, all you need to do is get some kills right here, and it is absolutely overkill as Max was sub 10 HP and Shazam will spear him. 7-1 right now against Isurus. Here comes their rifles.
Yeah, remember, this was compLexity's map pick, though, so you know they're going to be comfortable on a map like Nuke. I do believe Isurus opted to ban Vertigo, so they left Nuke in the map pool. I don't think compLexity would have aimed to actually pick Vertigo. I don't think I've seen them actually compete on Vertigo just yet. So Isurus could have actually taken out Nuke, as it is a map that compLexity does favor. They left it in, and we're seeing the repercussions of that as compLexity now riding up to a 7-1 lead.
We also have to remember that the Renegades smothered compLexity on Nuke a couple days ago. So, I mean, as Isurus might think, well, we could probably replicate that. We've seen the VODs. We saw how Renegades did it, and can they replicate that? It is definitely not the case so far. compLexity already able to eclipse what they had. I think they had 4 rounds against the Renegades, maybe 5 on their own map pick of Nuke. So Isurus need to make a stand right here, right now. They are liberally applying utility. They've got 2 grenades each for the most part, everybody. Noxie's finally able to get the first kill. Ye tries to pursue this one, but you play these angles with the op just like you do in mid-side on Inferno. Fire and fall back to the next corner. Noxie's safely on the other side of the stairs, got a Molotov burning at his feet. Down to 20 HP, but 2 kills for him.
Yeah, that's huge. Taking down Ye by the secret stairs now as compLexity are looking towards this inner bomb site. Stanislaw making his way up these Raptors, able to take down Max now, and as Reversive takes down Shazam, we're going to see Sick move onto the floor where Myron will take him from behind.
Still hanging out at that ninja position. Stanislaw, 5 HP, don't fall down, don't fall down, okay. It always gets me every time. Every time I see somebody like 5-some HP on either the rafters on Nuke or on that ladder, it scares me. I'm afraid of the crater.
Stanislaw has no idea where Noxe is in this position right now. Noxe peeking the left side, able to take down Stanislaw, and the Argentinians are able to get their second on the board.
Boom. Now I was predicting that they could get 2 in a row. But the money has been a bit buffed to compLexity since I made that statement. compLexity have had a high casualty rate, and so their rebuys have been there. But it's just enough right now for them to be able to rebuy. I think fully maybe there's a weapon down on the ground for Sick. He's got a CZ,
no, he's
so
just
no,
got the
it's
CZ.
not quite the full buy.
That's just a testament to the eco rounds that Isurus have had.
Yeah.
Really picking up frags through every single one of their eco rounds, keeping that compLexity economy low, like you just mentioned. But right now we are going to look at Isurus with a very strong buy going into this round. Hopefully able to get their third on the board. Look at Ye right now, though, making his way out and down the vents as well.
Sneaky. It wasn't your classic blast open the squeaky door real fast and get a smoke in there and fly down it. I don't know what impact he'll be able to have. Right now he's just cruising around here. It doesn't seem like it's been detected. He's still walking freely. I don't know if there's even defense back there. Same smoke comes down from Mini. You've got the wallbang potential from Shazam, but he's up on top of the red box this time.
Ooh, he actually doesn't see the head there. Who's that player back there? Noxe now with that AWP by CT Spawn. Shazam actually hasn't spotted him. Noxe doesn't see Stanislaw drop down, and this is where it starts to get scary.
Oh, the smoke's there. It is enough. I thought we were going to get a chance shot from Noxe. Instead, he dials in the kill against Shazam, op versus op. Flashbangs up over the top. And Noxe being able to take some cover underneath here was almost wise to the peak. Reversive, though, he was all the way in lobby. So Isurus, on some aggression, is able to be rewarded for that aggression. We're into the 35-second mark, and compLexity still have left the bomb way, way back towards the T-spawn. They have to go get that unless they just want to end it on frags.
Does look like that. As Reversive now, the final member, his position has been given away, but there's only 20 seconds on the clock. So compLexity, like you said, they might need to end it on frags here, but it does look like they're looking for that inside pinch.
Reversive just stomped in lobby. Oh, and Stanislaw has the bomb. This fight is it, really. 10 seconds left. Reversive is just going to run off into a position that he cannot be fragged at. And the clock is what punishes compLexity. Ye will just try and over-pursue, but look how far away Reversive is. He knew the jig was up. There's no chance of losing it now at that point. And yeah, 2 in a row for Isurus. Called it. Boom. That's why I'm here, man.
Well, even though they did pick up that round, look how costly it was. Only keeping one person alive is going to expend most of their cash now to buy up into this round. compLexity, on the other hand, well, what are they going to do? Are they going to go for the buy here, or are they just going to grab a couple nades? Try and get this bomb plant down. It does look like they're going to favor the eco right now, so this is the opportunity for Isurus to really start making their way back into this game, Dallas.
They're still a little bit shortchanged on weaponry, considering it was a high.
It was such
high
a
casualty.
Yeah, it was such a close round.
The UMPs are actually quite good here against unarmored targets for the most part. They're a welcome sight.
Yes, quite good.
Quite good, yes, of course.
Yes.
Hopefully Myron in 1962, I mean, it's pinkies out when they are able to to make the extra money.
Does Ye actually catch Myron in this position? They've actually passed right by each other, so Ye has no idea what's happening right now.
Are they back to back? Almost, yeah. They passed
each other, yeah. So you got to imagine at this point, Myron's probably going to pick up a kill onto Stanislaw, and then Ye's going to be like, wait a second, he killed you from stairs?
How? Ye's back through the vents. He's clearing this out. Pop flash out for the secret stairs peak. It is a UMP at range. It might not be the best, but man, this is going to get... It's like a high potential energy right now that with players behind each other and behind the lines, things can pop off in a moment. The thing is, compLexity don't have a bigger firecracker. Ye, if you could get back here behind this box on ramp room, Max doesn't see him. There he spots him. Both players were so close to one another. That's ramp room control, currently owned by Max. Now he's spotting players going to be overwhelming his position, so he'll just fall back. But this leaves Noxe alone, and it's going to be multiple pistols rounding the corner. Upgrade, big one at that.
Yeah, picking up that AWP now. It does look like compLexity want to favor this lower bomb site. We're actually going to see Shazam get traded up that AWP, and Max patiently waiting alongside 1962 for compLexity to actually press upon this site.
17 seconds, and there are bodies down here. Max, who was your ramp defender with a rifle, has fallen back down here. He'll pick up 2 more, leaves Def alone at 9 seconds. Got to make a mad dash for the bomb. He's going to have to stick it, but from control and in control is Meyer.
All right. 4 rounds on the board for the CT side right now. compLexity starting to falter as we move towards the end of this first half. Another timeout coming out from Isurus as they just want to discuss what compLexity might be approaching this round with.
And that was awkward. I mean, that could have gone any direction. If that first kill in ramp room goes the way of compLexity, they get themselves an upgraded rifle. You have the huge stack up of 4 players that were in control or in trophy room that were just coming in. So it would have been straight to the B site. You had 1 more defender down there that they would have most certainly been able to 5v1, get a bomb plant in, and maybe have two rifles to yourselves. That could have been something.
Okay, looking at compLexity's buy right now, Ye, is he being dropped a weapon or is he rolling in with that P250? I do believe he's just going to roll in with the P250 on this round. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of the P250. I think it's personally my favorite pistol.
Yeah,
but,
me too.
compLexity right now will be looking at 3 AKs, an SG, and a P250 as they approach this round in attempts to get their 8th on the board. Mind you, already this is a great T-side out of compLexity.
Now, mind you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, sir.
Right.
Oh, right on the red box. Noxie. Oh, what a flash out here, too. Everybody's blinded. Noxie turns and deals death.
Whoa.
3 players down, and he recognized that there were players all around him. Gets into the thick of things and just applies damage liberally. Ouch. Sick and Ye are last up. And this round quickly devolves into chaos for compLexity.
Yeah, beautiful round out of Noxie there. 3K for him. The final 2 members of compLexity, Sick and Ye, looking to make this happen for their side, but I actually don't see it happening at all, Dallas.
No, not quite. I mean, we've seen some 2v4s play out so far this week, and right now they've been given freedom of travel outside. Ye will be climbing all the way up, passing the air conditioning unit. And is there anybody up top to stop this? No, I don't
There's
think
nobody
so.
up top, but the way that Isurus are actually having their inner setup going right now, Myron is able to make a little bit of contact. He's actually tucked in completely there, letting them out squeaky door. So if Myron does go down, 1962 still has complete control of the HUD area to actually swing out and maybe pick up the bomb planter. And there you see it. Myron now just completely watching rafters.
Yeah, they recognize what's up. They haven't even made a noise yet. So Ye in this same spot is what we saw play out in the pistol round. This time Myron is successful. Sick, picks it, drops it, and you're going to have to stick the numbers in on the site with that bomb. Can't just leave it down there. So 7-5 now. Isurus are coming in strong in the past 4 rounds. Have been all theirs. I mean, this is compLexity have been picking Nuke. It's either banned against them or they're able to pick it. But are they that strong on Nuke?
It's one of their better maps. I mean, they're definitely a lot more comfortable on it than, say, a map like, I don't know, we can talk about Train or Overpass, right? It definitely shows that compLexity is a stronger team on this map. However, I mean, when you're looking at CT side of Nuke going up against the CT side, anything is possible, right? The CTs always have an advantage and a tremendous one in that. compLexity right now, back onto an eco to try and make something happen. Maybe just chip away at this money that Isurus is starting to build up.
Well, they missed the first opportunity of 1962 kill and Def. Ye is in the control room, and he's going to have to break this window for an emergency, and only an emergency.
Does look like Shazam is going to keep peering on towards this outer area here, making a little bit of contact with Myron. Not able to pick up that 1 We've seen some amazing deagle shots out of him in the past couple days. But compLexity will achieve the bomb plant at least here.
Clean plant, too.
Give them a little bit of cash, Dallas.
Yeah, and now you can just look to catch them rotating down into the site. Ye's holding the right side, but he's lost his left. That was sick. And quickly, compLexity melt. No damage dealt to Isurus other than the... man, they planted the bomb. They got $800. But in all reality, Isurus made more than that with the round win and keeping all players alive. Huge net income for them.
Yeah, so the CT's looking like they'll have plenty of cash as we move towards the end of this first half. Only 2 rounds left to play. compLexity, though, already achieved their goal. I mean, they've surpassed it, getting 7 rounds on T side of Nuke. You got to be happy with that. Anything else is just that cherry on top, pretty much.
It was their momentum. It completely stopped on that. I mean, it was at one point 7-1, and it is now 7-6.
Yep.
It's been a bit of a spell for Isurus. Smokes outside. Noxy is back into his usual form out here. Outside, he's usually at this gray box, or he's with the AUG. We saw him go aggressive at the red box, but this is his bread and butter. Noxy's pretty nutty with this op, and he just caught a whiff of a T, that being Def, and now sees the next one as well. Shazam, he actually legs him. Not going to be enough. I don't know how that shot managed into a leg. Shazam was crouched target.
He's going to be kicking himself over that one. You know it, as Ye makes his way out of the hut. He spots Reversive on top of it as well here. So he's able to just move around this site very cleanly, able to take down Reversive. Now the mini split will be coming in from compLexity as Max rotates towards Heaven. Ye, is he able to pick this one up as well?
Isurus need an entry, and they're not even going to be able to give the opportunity of one. Molotov into Heaven.
That should be the round there, as compLexity looks like they have full inner control, even going for the boost to get Stanislaw up into the rafters area. This looks very strong from the T's.
Isurus could go for this. I mean, they got enough money to be able to buy in the next round, so go nuts with it. Dink. Ouch. Like 1960 just took that one to the face and said, all right, I'm going to reset. Pretty good. Max in a 1v4 in a NT spot if he does manage to even get another kill, but this might be asking even too much. So sure, you've got money to be able to buy in the next round. 1962 is and Reversive are both at $3,000. So saving this M4 is it means that you're guaranteed to have yourself a full buy in the next.
Yeah, that was a great individual play there from Ye to make his way out of that hut. That was really, to me, what was the crucial moment in the round. Timing Reversive, making his way out the hut, allowing his team to know that, hey, in a couple seconds, you guys got to get ready to explode on this inner bomb site because I'm going to pick up this kill, and you guys should get ready to come in through the mini there. Shazam, this was that kill just as the smoke was fading. Noxe not able to convert on it, and then, yeah, there's Ye. This was actually a really funny frag onto 1962 because after he does tap him once in the head, 1962 even had this look where he was still looking
like,
down.
Why am I still alive?
Well, he was even concerned, like, where did that bullet come from, not realizing that Stanislaw had been boosted up.
Yep. Quick play for compLexity, sprinting into the site, but look at the grenade damage that's been dealt against them. Molotov's burning 3 players well down into an easy pickup range as the angles open up. The high ground is held by Isurus. Grenades are starting to chime in. That's going to push them off the angles temporarily. One-man advantage for compLexity. I'm surprised they're able to stay so healthy after eating the Molotov straight in. Noxy's recognizing that Heaven has been set alight. Is up and about. Both players are up in Heaven. They should know this too by compLexity because there was gunfire while a Molotov was being thrown.
All right, and as the CTs come out, it's very easy for compLexity to just mow them down. Noxe does get one, but it will be a 9-6 half for compLexity here. A great T-side coming out of the North American team.
Yep. At 9-6, and then they'll have themselves set up for a second half. But if Isurus do manage to pick up this pistol, they could draw it right back to even. They just have to get past what we have typically been seeing in the meta is just that second round force buy, though. So let's take a couple of quick highlights here. Shazam panicking at this point, going down to his sidearm, but it was all the help from above. And that was really it. compLexity having a lot of help with each other.
Yeah, it was definitely a great game, or great half out of the compLexity side. Isurus definitely comes to life towards the end of it, though, picking up 5 rounds in a row. But we'll be back with the second half momentarily. You're watching Pro League.
Hey everybody, fancy seeing you here. We are into the second half of compLexity vs Isurus, but looking back and recapping what we've got in front of us, it's Shazam and Noxy, your two oppers that are both coming up on top with above 100 ADR. Myron's having a decent game for himself as well, but it's really just at the end of the day, at the end of the half, doesn't matter what kills you've got. compLexity standing taller at 9-6.
Yeah, especially because we're moving on to CT side now. This is going to be a very hard half for Isurus to actually make anything of. And I actually like this out of Def. He's going to drop Ye a CZ and armor. So Ye's going to be able to get that CZ into his hands, buy some armor as well. And look at this, getting very aggressive towards the front of Hut. As 1962 able to take down Shazam as Noxade takes down Ye with that armor and CZ.
Yeah, so much for a raid boss. That was quick and easy. Stanislaw going to try and make some impact, and he is going to commit to this one in an aggressive. Wow, they must have thought he went right down below. There's no way he would push up the ramp, right? Surprise, surprise, but still Isurus are happy about any kind of one-for-one trade from here on out.
Look at Def now. He's playing on the other side of this silo. Myron with no idea that this is happening. Def picking up the first one. Myron should be able to take him down. And there it is. Isurus able to pick up that pistol round and bring themselves within 2 rounds of compLexity with a very fast ramp hit off of those 2 initial kills by the Hut as well as, I do believe, outside.
Yeah, Def had spent 10 bullets to deal with the first player on the silo and then had the 2 and a hope for the next. He just went tap, tap, didn't quite get enough damage dealt. And yes, Isurus could absolutely look to capitalize on this force buy if they can just get past compLexity's double scout Deagle 5-7 CZ. They should have a breeze to tie the game up. Just got to get past this one.
Noxy moving very quickly towards the outside area of the map. Now, there aren't any smokes lined up, so he's going to take a full-on fight towards this heaven area. Def poking, prodding, looking for anything he might find. Those are pretty late smokes coming out, but Noxy is able to take down Shazam, who actually wasn't expecting Noxy to be there already.
Yeah, those were late smokes that came in. As a matter of fact, he was already in Secret Stairs when the smokes dropped. So yes, that completely blindsides Shazam. Also to the fact that Noxy stood up on top.
It was just a little bit of timing there as well as Def really just turned away for a split second. As Ye pushed in through that squeaky door, able to take down Myron. Reversive trades it out. It does look like Isurus will be moving on to another round win.
Fair amount of SMG kills so far as well. Stanislaw sprinting, chasing, pursuing, gets it done with the USP. Unwise to peek back. He's going to instead take his scout out. I don't know if he he hit the target or not. He was looking for the headshot, I think, for the second.
Look how many tags we're getting.
They are. Another tag came through. That round is brought to you by not quite close enough scout.
I mean, honestly, if we just saw maybe one of the compLexity players being alive in that situation, one of the armored players going into that late round there, we could have very well seen compLexity clean up that round and actually pull off that force buy. But now they will be moving on to a full save. Isurus now an opportunity for them to build up some cash if they're able to keep the majority of their players alive.
Yeah, compLexity just needs to say, you know what, that's the pistol in the second one, and the third one too. They've got 2 nades to stack up here outside, but compLexity just need to reset themselves. Once they get the rifles in their hands, they know that they're confident enough. They should feel that they are better than their opponents at that point. So it is a clean jump right into this A site. Hardly even any grenades were used from Isurus, so they've got plenty to play with the post plant. And it'll be tough for compLexity to even be able to get to the front doorstep.
All right, does look like compLexity are just going to rush up through this CT heaven as Stanislaw getting ready. A flash primed out of him to come into this inner bomb site. Should be in momentarily.
There's a lot of guns pointed up towards heaven up here. You saw as well that there was one from the ninja spot. They've got the first 2. A little bit blinded right there is Myron, as Max deals up and down damage, but it's really 1962 that does quite a bit. I think he ended up with a 3K on that at least, catapulting himself into the top frag position, not only on his team, but also on the entire server now. We didn't even mention the damage 1962 had done at the end of halftime. This is a really good start for 1962 on their T side.
Okay, as we move into this first gun round, are compLexity going to be able to pull it off here, or is Isurus going to take that lead at that 10th round and keep on moving? Because if compLexity lose this round, they're most likely going to be onto maybe a little bit of a force buy, maybe even a save. It does look like Isurus are going to be opting to send a player out towards those vents very early on and then move towards that ramp room as 1962 absolutely demolishes Ye.
Shazam's now going to try and come back to this. What a deep spreading Molotov against Shazam. Stanislaw does at least hold down 1 kill right here. It'll be 4-4, but no lower control for compLexity side. They don't have backhauls, they don't have the sight, they don't have anything right now. So everybody's going to have to reset themselves and approach.
How are compLexity going to be able to retake this round if they even attempt it? We're going to see the double retake coming in from that secret area right now, but there's a smoke in front of 1962. He's going to patiently wait this one out. Might be able to catch Def, maybe even Sick.
Oh, it's fading. Oh, great shot from Def. That saves lives. Now it's a man advantage for compLexity, impressively enough. And Sick just opens the door and lets all the cold air out. Max has been winded. Myron last man up. The bomb is getting kind of low. On time, Myron trying to pop open a keyhole. Lines up one, but there's a smoke in there, so he can't quite observe where Sick is exactly. He's got him! Unreal! Now Shazam's just a man on the run! Myron 1v3 clutches. Bomb detonates. Nobody survives. They will make statues for him in that lower site.
Yeah, just breaking that hole open in the door and being able to spray right through. I mean, he's able to catch the first player, Def, but then from that point on, we actually thought the defuse was going to go through, but he just catches him at the end of it. And at that point, the bomb is ticked way too far along at that point. You're going to see Shazam try and run away. There's Def going down, and Myron actually misses a few shots here right off the bat, then picks it up. And at that point, it's too hard for Shazam to even attempt. He tries to run away. Myron ends up with his 3rd on the round. Great job from Isurus.
Wow, that's the power of opening up those keyholes through the door. And the first kill was just a silhouetted head filling that hole. And he just popped it and spraying through, getting lucky through the smoke. Seemed like his first shots were right, second shots were left, but 3rd time's a charm, dead center right on him. I think compLexity just didn't have a kit there. I think it was a 10-second hold because that seemed like a really long defuse.
Let this be a lesson to all you guys in Twitch chat. Kits save lives.
Quicker play. Isurus have had a pretty swifty T-side so far, and they love to get all the way up to the red box before even using the cross for these smokes. They're ducking under these shots. Shazam's just above their heads with the deagle spam. Does Noxie as well come crashing through here now? The next guy stand tall, proud to come through the secret stairs. Ye's up. And he hasn't spotted him. Now he does. He's going to have to try and run. Nope. We'd seen him before. He was playing super aggressive on the ramp room too, so he's just going to hang up tight and play right up close. We can see the whites of their eyes if they round the corner.
Yeah, it did look like EA wanted to drop a smoke out, but because Isurus were so close to that corner, he actually opted against it, kept his deagle out the entire time. Wise choice out of him, and that's going to prompt Isurus now to move back towards this outer area and towards the inner bomb site.
Straight through Mini, front door. There's no window here on Stanislaw's left anymore, so he can't give direct pressure. He can't help these guys out that are in heaven. Shazam's up there. He's watching the rest of his team start to pursue through Mini as well. But Ye's got 2-1 Deegs. He's been put down, laid to waste. And Stanislaw tries a shot at max range with the Mag 7. Not going to have it, so Def is last up. That pistol would be a big help if he could just grab that one. I believe that's a deagle. Much better than the scout that he's got working for him right now. And it looks like that grenade probably scattered it down into the site.
Yeah, it doesn't actually feel like Def's going to be able to do much in this position. Actually hits the no-scope on Noxie there. Tags him once again, but Isurus are able to get their 11th on the board, and compLexity now are finding themselves worse for wear.
Yeah, that's a perfect half so far for Isurus. That's 5 in a row on their T side. As a matter of fact, winning 10 of the last 12 that have played. That's really, really good. They have all the momentum in the world against compLexity, who are going to play double op right now. Shazam, he's got his, what he's bread and butter, and what he's built for. He's going to the ramp room. Yeah, he's actually joining him.
Well, it does look like Isurus want to move very quickly towards this inner bomb site, where Stanislaw is going to be first on the scene and grabbing 2 here to hold it down.
Yep. So Sick is just other side of Tetris, got the first one done, but it's a 3-for-1 yard sale against compLexity. It's still tied up, 2-2 right now though, but it's a double op. Man, sometimes it just ends up cursing you, but the bomb not being planted, and Shazam earning a man advantage, also threading Max as he tried to sneak his way rapidly down the vents to the lower site. compLexity, I think, got away with murder there.
Yeah, that did look like Isurus was going to be able to hold down that inner bomb site, especially because after Molotoving Heaven, we actually see, I do believe it was Ye in that situation, going ahead and smoking himself off. So after Isurus are able to take it, you should be able to see it here. You're going to hear that come up. Oh, I guess not. But still, at the same time, as soon as that happens, that cuts off that AWP that was towards Heaven, leaving only Shazam really to make an impact on that inner bomb site, and he does exactly that, picking up the final 2 frags, getting compLexity to their 10th on the board. Let's see if they're able to tie this one up.
Yeah, and his complexity dump a lot of utility just to make sure that Isurus aren't going to be playing fast anymore. Not going to allow it. It's that does deplete about half of the utility they started with on this round. A minute and a half left to go. And Isurus just chilling, biding their time. More than happy to make complexity just dump the utility unnecessarily so far. Secret Stair smokes are down. Noxy, who's been lights out, even with an AK, not his bread and butter up. He's actually doing really well on AK here. As now they take outside, they'll start to wrap and encompass this A site.
Yeah, in response, complexity looking for this lobby crush right now, as we're going to see 3 members, Ye, Stanislaw, as well as I do believe that was Sick now moving into lobby. Sick has made his way back towards floor on inside. But this is massive as Shazam does take down 1962. Stanislaw has made his way on top of Twinkie, but gets spotted out.
Well, that's the thing, is with Shazam hitting that shot against 1962 that stumps Isurus, and there are flanks developing, as they may be, even if they've been spotted, Isurus know that the time's ticking. They have to make some kind of move. They got players that are up to heaven. They got players that are all the way down low. It's split and scattered for each other. So I want to see Isurus combine their forces, or just spray one. They got to trade out. The bomb's planted onto the lower side. 2v2 retake. Maybe it's Isurus that steal around.
Max is in a very strong spot here. Shazam has to jump out of the window and then peek a hard right if he actually wants to make any contact with him. Max should be able to pick up maybe one here unless Sick opens up that door and then throws a wrench into Max's setup.
Well, the thing is, Noxy is close. He's going to be point blank, so Noxy should win that fight, but he doesn't. Sick takes the 1v2 clutch. I thought Noxy just being dialed into that door would have just absolutely laid waste to him, but Sick with a 4K.
Yeah, that was a great effort from Sick. They're really taking down Noxy, right? We were talking about the fact that Max was in such a strong position. The only thing that could really take him out of that position was the fact that if Sick opens up that door and gets a clear line of sight onto Max, he's basically stuck in no man's land by that control window, and that's exactly what happens. Max opens up the door, able to take down Noxy, and then Max is just left in this frag or die situation, really nowhere to go except for that. It's going to be complexity now tying this one up.
And here's the deal. You've got a timeout from Isurus. This is their last timeout.
Ooh.
You've got potentially a long ways to go if it stays neck and neck. But you're not going to be able to break the pace if complexity string rounds together. You won't be able to talk things over. You're going to have to make these on-the-fly calls to your strategy changes, which is more than capable for Isurus. But you won't be able to take a sigh of relief. You won't be able to take a breather. This is their last one.
It does look like they want to force up just a little bit here, keeping the money even, of course, on the T side. But we will see a UMP, a couple CZs in armor as well. Isurus looking to break complexity right now, just as they tie this one up.
Okay, top of the 23rd round. Smokes outside. It's going to pour in. Appears to be Secret Stair smokes. Yeah, they're just starting to cater in. Well timed for 1962 to round this corner. This is a rapid push into the lower. As your defenders, Stanislaw, going to dump his, but they're going to be ahead of this smoke. He's got the first, cannot catch the second. Ye's actually supporting in there, and they just absolutely mop him up. Excellent defense down into the lower side. You wouldn't anticipate him to be so ready for such a fast play from Isurus.
Yeah, very clean round of complexity there, keeping all 5 members alive. Isurus essentially just trying to go through that lower bomb site as quickly, or sorry, complexity trying to go through that lower bomb site as quickly as they can to stop Isurus from actually taking anything. And you're going to see that double up setup from Ye as well as Stanislaw absolutely stopping it. At that point, Isurus called the audible, try to move their way back towards outside and towards inner, but there you still have complexity players patiently waiting, and they're able to pick up that round very clean.
And Isurus are really hurting for money right now. Sure, they've got some rifles in here. Shazam headbutts the smoke. That's going to create a gap in that as well, but still the first kill goes to Isurus. Shazam wants to get the recoup frag. He's got it. The Shadow selling out reversive, but right now the upper site is owned by Isurus. Complexity going to have to play from behind, separated from one another. So Stanislaw and Shazam basically have these 1vx situations. Stanislaw's up first. Oh, he got them both!
Wow.
What a fortunate turn of events. They line up, and the spray pattern takes care of them both.
It was very interesting as to why Isurus actually called that audible to go towards ramp, because Myron was on the floor. He had cleared out that inner area completely, but they're still going to opt to go towards ramp, and you know what? Stanislaw is going to punish them for that. Able to get the double kill here, Dallas, and complexity should be moving on. to their 13th round.
Wow, yeah, that's pretty fortunate too for compLexity, because this started out with Isurus showing that they actually have a pretty good T side for themselves in their pocketbook. But if Isurus were able to just stop compLexity right there on that round after taking a timeout, it just speaks volumes to them. See the cross right here. They both line up and lay down.
Yeah, it was really, I mean, Myron was on floor there. He had cleared out floor for the most part. They could have come out through that squeaky door and actually pinched on the site together, cleared out the behind the bomb, essentially towards that heaven area together, but they chose not to, and right now, it does look like Isurus moving very quickly towards inner.
Super nades coming in, but you got extra hands on deck. Even trades so far until Shazam has a little bit of extras to say about that with the off. A lot of money has been burnt for right now for compLexity. It's going to be up to Noxy. He's got the first. Can he get another one out here as well? Spamming and hoping for the RNG gods to bless him. Not the case. compLexity now knocking on heaven's door, 14-11.
Yeah, the T side from the Argentinian squad has been pretty good thus far, but now compLexity starting to tighten up. You're seeing them pick up these frags. You're seeing them go for the 2K, the multi-frags in every opportunity. We're really just seeing Isurus not really having an answer for compLexity, who's coming alive towards the end of this first map.
I wouldn't necessarily think that it's compLexity playing tighter. I think it's Isurus playing looser. And compLexity are capitalizing on that. I think Isurus do feel a little bit winded after this long stretch of rounds that they've had so far. And they put up good numbers, but towards the latter parts of this, just looks like they ran out of gas.
All right, well, hopefully their tank isn't empty yet, because they still have an opportunity to take this map from compLexity. It does look like they will be moving to secret once again as Max jumps on top of that mini garage. Shazam just looking for any frags that he might be able to find.
Yikes! He's been mollied out of position. He's still out nowhere, and he's going to get caught. Spray from Max is eventually credited for it.
Yeah, you have to take that AK and put it under control there, though.
Yeah, those bullets were getting wild. So a couple bullets, I think, went way down range, over the river, through the woods. Yay. Man, is this really all the way out here?
Yeah.
Hello, that's bomb, and he escapes. There you go.
That is massive. Now in the reversive, though, taking down Stanislaw on the floor as Sick pushes into the lobby now. That nade from Ye from Radio Room, able to take down reversive.
Not a nade you see every day. 3-3 right now for compLexity. No bomb planted yet, and no confidence right now for Isurus. They need this opening kill, but Ye's the one that takes it instead. Max and Myron. And I think Sick is going to get taken out, actually. Myron will win that fight. The bomb's just above Myron, but Ye actually has this locked up, and he walks right into the crosshairs. So it's 1v2, and they'll clean it up. So the position, I mean, Ye went nuts on that one with some aggression. Gets 4 kills on the round, spots the bomb, too. So the bomb falls up into that little scaffolding area. What is it?
Blacktop.
Blacktop. So it's in Blacktop. He actually owns the vending machines area there. He's ahead of the radio room, old radio, and he knows you have to cross me to get to the ladder to get to that bomb. I'll hold the angle.
Yeah, I mean, Ye's been punished for a couple ramp pushes in the past, but this time he is able to pull it off there. That was a huge little play from him, especially that nade kill that he comes out with as well. And looking at the T side right now, they're looking for a little bit more inner presence here, maybe even getting somebody down the fence. No, looking for an outside split right now. Look at 1962 and Myron making their way across.
Shazam had no idea that they played that fast. Myron sprinting up. Now they didn't know that Heaven is going to be a danger. You saw Sick that was looking up. Instead, you got players that are outside from compLexity trying to chase these Isurus players back to where they came. End them right there. 4-2 advantage as compLexity look to take map 1. They've got bomb control too.
Yeah, and there's a smoke blocking Sick now. These Isurus players moved out onto floor where Def is going to punish 1, punish 2, and 16-11 will be our scoreline for the first map.
Very, very streaky in that second half. 5 rounds in a row to start off for Isurus, but like I said, they just seemed to run out of gas. They ran out of ideas. They just could not quite crack the skulls